Subscribe to this channel, get 2 free recipes every week. And the recipe today is very interesting. It's all about, like, you go to the grocery store and you buy certain things that you wouldn't normally think that you can really make very easily on your own. Like frozen pizza, for example. You know, normally you wouldn't say, oh, I'll make the pizza, I'll make my own pizza. You buy a frozen pizza, maybe you embellish, you put different toppings on it, stuff like that. Today we're making Blintzes. Now, Blintzes is something, if you like it, you may buy it at the supermarket. Buy it, take it home, you saute in butter. It's beautiful. Nice dish. But we're going to make it a lot healthier. We're going to make it fresh. We're going to make a beautiful apple Blintze. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to make Blintzes. Let's get cooking. The first thing we have to do is make this batter for the crepe. So Blintzes are a crepe filled with whatever filling. I'm going to use apple filling this week. And they're baked. I'm going to bake it. Made very easy, very easy. We're going to start with the crepe. Okay, so here's the batter for the crepe. We start with a half a cup of water. 2/3 cup of almond milk. We're going to add 3 tablespoons of oil, and I'm using olive oil. You can use corn oil, is pretty good for this. Olive oil will give us some extra flavor. I'm going to add 3 eggs. 1, 2, 3. Half teaspoon salt. Now here's where it gets interesting, because usually crepes you have the white flour, that's fine. But I'm going to cut that white flour with buckwheat flour. It gives me a great nutty flavor. Here's some buckwheat flour. It may not be available in your local grocery store. I got this on Amazon. I get a lot of stuff on Amazon, and I share it with the people who watch my videos. I'm an Amazon affiliate, so if you buy something from Amazon through the link in the description, I get a few dollars commission. Wonderful. Helps the channel keep going. It's a great thing. Let's get back to the recipe. Okay, so you can see the flours. That's white flour, and that's buckwheat flour. See the difference? And it's got a nice nutty flavor. I'm going to add that to our wet mixture. The mixture of the water and the almond milk. Using a blender kind of toughens the batter a little bit. So you can do one of 2 things. Either just make a tough batter. Like with crepes, I don't mind too much because I'm going to bake it. And I want something that's going to hold that filling in. I don't want it to be too tender. I want it to be something that's a little tough. Not too tough, just a little tough. Or you can take the batter and rest it in the refrigerator for 2 to 4 hours. Depends on how much of a rush you're in. 2 to 4 hours, or even overnight. And then it'll become tender again. I just rest the batter for about an hour, because I want it to be a little tender, but not too tender. So I'm going to make the batter and then rest it for an hour. What a great idea. Whenever I get takeout, I get soup or something, I always save these containers and its lid. It's really good. A lot of places use these containers for takeout. They're nice and strong. Some places use the lousy, cheap ones. Throw those away. They're no good. These are good, though. If you find you use a lot of them, you can actually buy these not too expensive on Amazon. It's a great container for, like, storing stuff. Wonderful. I'm going to use it for the crepe batter. Now put this in the refrigerator for 1 hour. Okay, so it's been an hour. There's a couple of things going on here. I have my batter. I have this oil too, that I'm going to just oil the pan. I'm going to use some paper towel. That's it. Just wipe the pan with a little oil. And I have this non-stick pan. It's a big pan. It's a 12-inch pan. That's okay. Big pan. I'm going to make big crepes. Okay, I preheat the pan on medium heat. I take that paper towel and get it wet with oil. I just wipe out the pan like that. It's a non-stick pan, but you still gotta use some oil. I use a 1/4 cup measure. I'm gonna dump it right into the pan. You hear that little sizzle? I'm gonna swirl it around. I'm going to get this as big as I can. I'm going to cook it till it's almost completely cooked on one side. Then I'm going to get underneath it with a rubber scraper, like that. I'm going to flip it over. This can take some practice. Then I'm going to take it, put it on a plate, oil. Okay, so I'm going to make my filling while my crepes are cooling down. It's a great idea. Save me some time. Anyway, I'm going to use 3 Golden Delicious apples. And I'm going to peel them and I'm going to very small dice them. I don't like to grate them because it lets too much of the juice out and then the filling gets too watery. Messes up your Blintzes. That's my oven preheating. Messes up your Blintzes, so don't do that. I have this bowl with these ingredients in it. Now these ingredients are a 1/4 cup of sugar and a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. Once I dice the apple, I'm going to throw it right into the bowl and toss it to coat it. Beautiful. Won't turn brown. That's what I want. Okay, so first thing you have to do, cut it in half. Then cut on an angle like a V. That way. That way. And there's your core. Get rid of that. Okay, another half. Cut on a V. And you're just cutting the core out. And then you have these solid pieces of apple here. That's what you have left over. It's fantastic. How fast was that? Hey, toss them around that cinnamon and sugar. Okay, leave them on the side for a minute. I don't have like a Cuisinart or KitchenAid mixer. I don't have that. What I have is a little portable job like that. Okay, and the reason is because that mixer is like too heavy. Takes up a lot of counter space. It's very heavy. I just don't appreciate it. Maybe one day I'll get one. Right now I don't have one. I use a little mixer. It's fine. It works. It's great. If you want to invest in a nice mixer, go ahead. But I do like this mixer better. It's handy. You pull it out of the cabinet, you got it. So that's what I use. I got to whip up some egg whites. That's what's going to bind the apples in the crepe. Ooh, good idea. You see that? They're just nice, very soft peaks. I just want to bind this together. So I add the egg whites to the apple, and I'm just going to fold it together. Just coat the apple with the egg whites. It's going to make a big mess. No good. Cover your pan with aluminum foil. Easy cleanup. That's what it's all about. Okay, here's my crepes. Notice I covered them with some plastic wrap so they wouldn't dry out while they were cooling down. Woo! That smells delicious. Got a nutty kind of a flavor to it and an aroma to it. It's going to be beautiful with the apples. Excellent. Okay, all you have to do now, you take, this is about 1/3 of a cup, okay? Take 1/3 of a cup of filling. Put it on the crepe. Fold the sides in and roll it up. Like a burrito. The seam side goes down on the pan, just like that. Okay, now here I have 3 tablespoons of butter. And here I have 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. But not just any brown sugar. What I use is coconut palm sugar. It's kind of like, it's sugar, so be careful. It's not too healthy, but it's healthier than white sugar. It has a great flavor. Check it out. It gets like a little looser than a paste. Okay? You see that? Beautiful. Then I'm going to brush these with it. Ooh, look at that. Okay, I'm going to bake these in a preheated 350-degree oven. I'm going to check them in 20 minutes, see how they're doing. Ooh, they look good. It's going to be a great like brunch or lunch. Even I don't know if I use it for dinner because it's a little too sweet. Nice breakfast though. I'll see you in 20 minutes. Okay, it's been 20 minutes and these are done. Smells terrific. Ooh, look at those. They're beautiful. You gotta let them cool down a little bit because they're so hot. But looking good. Oh, they smell apple and cinnamon and brown sugar. Terrific. Hey, you know what else is terrific? If you like these, you gotta check out my red lentil savory turnovers. Wonderful. Great for breakfast, great for lunch or brunch, even a light dinner. Fantastic. What a wonderful video. I'll see you there.